All right, gonna go live. 3, 2. All right, Andy, we are live.
Hey.
Gonna make sure that I get to everybody where that the stream needs to go out.
Yep, I'm sending them now as well.
Give everybody a chance to get in here and make sure the game is going, or that they get to see the start of the game. Already got Joey in here, James Walters.
Oh, you skipped me. I'm in there too.
Yeah, everybody knows you're in here. I'm really glad that you answered the call whenever we were looking for somebody to match up with in the preseason, though. I'm glad you stepped up and worked with us on that. Thank you for getting that graphic for social media made up for us. We really appreciate that.
No problem. Super excited to get everyone back on the field. You know, I think our team has gone through very few changes in the offseason. We made a couple movements in terms of users, and then, you know, brought in Chris Curtis, which we'll probably talk about a little bit as we go. But, you know, for us, no draft, you know, kind of brought back our guys and girls and stuck to ourselves. So, you know, it's kind of funny. You were one of the last 2 teams we played last season, and here we are again on the gridiron getting ready to go.
Yeah, really, really exciting. And, you know, obviously still a little fresh, that wound, getting knocked out of the playoffs. But we respect your organization. You know, you guys got a really high-powered offense, and we know how big retention is. You know, Fort Worth's really proud of our retention rate. We did go to the draft, but we were able to pick up a couple of free agents as well. So, you know, we're really happy with what we're building. And, you know, we definitely look up to your organization and what you build over there, and retention and you know, player personnel. You know, we got a few broadcasters on our team as well. So, you know, we really look up to you guys. And, again, we're grateful that you answered the call. A couple more guys over in chat. I see Robert Garrett Jr., Isaiah King III, as well as Epic eSports going to tune in and check out this game. I think we got just about enough ready to start this thing up. Going on 6:05. So we're going to go ahead and hit play here, Andy. Go ahead and get into broadcast mode. Good luck tonight, sir.
Good luck to you as well.
And we are underway from the Stockyards in Fort Worth, Texas. Preseason SFL action between the Fort Worth Toros and the Vancouver Legion. Andy, bringing back quite a few starters. Why don't you kind of get into maybe some key points for this game tonight?
Yeah, certainly. I think for us on the Vancouver side, or for them on the Vancouver side, I should say, the receiving threats are abundant with Brett Killian, Chris Curtis, and Kendra Hall, along with Tom Pepper, the reigning Offensive Player of the Year, going up against a really tough secondary on the other side. Aiden Davis, one of the best cornerbacks the league has to offer, along with Adam Leach, who's taken leaps and bounds in his time in the league. Some new members of that secondary include Marquise Reed, but for Fort Worth, that will be the key, is how can they stop the passing attack when Vancouver has the ball. And then for the offense of Fort Worth, wasn't necessarily bad last season, but certainly took a backseat to that defensive prowess. They've added an offensive lineman this year, and Steven, I think that'll be the exciting point for season 17 for Fort Worth, is to see how that offense looks first time out today.
Absolutely. Vancouver slated to get the ball here to get this game underway. Kicker Taco Sicario, hand in the air, and kick is away. Good distance just at the goal line. Return is going to bring this out. Kendra Hall up to the 22-yard line, and that's where the Legion offense is going to get started. Spearheaded by quarterback Tom Pepper, Captain Canada, bringing back running back Robert Redford as well. On the offensive line, they got Mike Newtones and Michael Percoco. Tight ends James Walters and Dan Daly, and the receiving core Kendra Hall, Brett Killian, and Chris Curtis. Pepper under center. Fort Worth in a base 4-3 defense. Pepper going to hand off to Redford, moves to the left but met at the line of scrimmage, and won't call it 1 yard gain.
Yeah, we would be remiss here, Stephen, if we didn't remind the fans at home. Preseason has generic playbooks. Both teams have the exact same offensive and defensive playbook. So you're not going to see exactly what these offenses might look like, but you will see the star players, and we're excited about that.
Great point, Andy. Daniel Wright joins us in the chat as Tom Pepper complete over the middle to Brett Killian, sets up a 3rd and medium. Going to be spotted at the Vancouver 27-yard line.
6-yard pickup for BK12 from Tom Pepper, and we're used to seeing that, Hacker. Happens quite a bit.
Absolutely. Working on a little bit of technical issues. Apologies if you are getting some buffering on the stream. Redford off to the right side. Big gain down to the Vancouver 45-yard line before he's eventually gang tackled out of bounds.
Little bit of an off-tackle run there. I think that was Delaney Nash who finally tracked him down there on the defensive side, the strong safety. But Redford will do that to you if you're not careful. Every once in a while he'll get outside the tackles, and some speed there showing off, and the linebackers E.K. Vincent and J.L. Browning along with David Harrell can't necessarily contain him. First down at the 45.
Pepper in the shotgun play. Oh, hands it off, and Vincent's there to stop him in the backfield. E.K. Vincent, huge play.
Yeah, and that's why you don't see handoffs out of shotguns very often. Vincent, the veteran, reads that one well, comes right up the gut and stuffs it.
Yeah, I thought they might have been going play action there, but handoff did not work out for him. Pepper now going to go under center, 3 wide receivers. Quick drop, hits the out route, Dan Daly, and he's going to pick up some positive yards before he's brought down. Vincent again on the tackle. Oh, man, Andy, BK12.
There you go. Brett Killian down and out. Although the key there, Hacker, is they didn't show him on the replay sitting or laying on the ground. Usually that means that the injury might potentially be comeback worthy, but it will test the depth of this receiving core with Kendra Hall and this newly minted Chris Curtis.
In the chat, Isaiah King wants to know who the other rookie. Nice catch by Robert Redford. As a receiver down the field, picks up the first down for Vancouver. Isaiah King wants to know who the other rookie for Fort Worth is beside Aaron Alexander, the new fullback. And that's going to be Johnny Van Man, the left guard for the Toros on the offensive line. Now Pepper with the first down. Quick drop throws over the middle. Pass is going to be knocked away, thrown into coverage.
Yeah, that was looking for backup tight end. Austin Hansen was working there on Marquise Reed. Reed gets the better of him. Marquise Reed, name that Vancouver fans are very aware of. Got his start in Vancouver as a linebacker, Stephen. Took some time over in St. Louis, some time in London, and now finds his way to Fort Worth.
High formation for the Legion. Quick drop and throws out of the backfield. Swing pass to Redford, caught. And a yard on the play. Tackle made by Adam Leach.
Leach coming over, just plays that little swing route well, and they're going to need plays like that from the cornerback Leach on the outside there. Kendra Hall was who he was working on.
Pepper needs to get a first down here. Still out of field goal range, and pressure's coming. Going to get sacked. Gary Marks off the right side, able to get pressure on Pepper and stops him at the 45-yard line.
Speed coming off that right side. We'll see if we'll get a replay. It doesn't look like it, but Marks does a really good job of using the swim move to get out there and make the sack on Pepper, force a punt. It was a boomer bust play for Vancouver. They needed one or the other. Bust it was, and on comes the punter.
And the punt is away. Returner's going to let it bounce, and it dies at the 1-yard line. Excellent punt. And great job by the special teams unit to get down there and down it at the 1-yard line. Tough field position for the Toros.
Brian Patrick pins the Toros right there at the 1, and now we'll see Cameron Curtis come on, Hacker. It'll be interesting to see how he progresses in his second season. I'm excited to watch how he grows.
Yeah, this young quarterback played very well in his first season, leading the Toros to their first playoff berth. And he'll have a lot of expectations here in his second season as he hands off to Jason Williams. Williams is going to get 4 yards on the carry.
Evan Brackett and Mark Lopez combined, and some good news on Brett Killian. Hacker looks like he might return maybe just some early cramps here in the Texas heat.
Yeah, definitely one of those things you have to get used to. I know one of the tricks of the trade is to maybe drink some pickle juice or maybe eat some extra bananas there on the sidelines. Split backfield, another handoff to Williams, who's going to get met in the backfield, at the line of scrimmage by Gerald Giudice, going to get credited with the tackle.
That's actually Achilles Papatonis there, the defensive end off the right side. Second-year man, and big play coming in to stop a big back. Jason Williams, not easy to bring down, so credit to Papatonis for being there.
As I move over to the Vancouver roster sheet, another handoff to Jason Williams on third down is going to go for no yards. This time, that's Josh Farnsey making the play for the Legion.
Farnsey slides to inside linebacker this year from outside linebacker, comes downhill, and Fort Worth gains 4 yards. They didn't give up the sack, though, Hacker, and I think that's so important there. When you're pinned that deep, the key is just not to let it hurt you.
Yeah, not to get the safety. A quick punt by the Toros going to set up the Legion with good field position. Kendra Hall on the return, going to get dragged down at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, 1st and 10, about 5 yards away from comfortable field goal range for the Legion. Don't have a star kicker on the roster this year for this team, and so they will try and get down there within range, and we'll see if this stingy Fort Worth defense can continue to be stingy. It was interesting last time these two teams met.
A little bit of a heavy set there by the Legion, and they're going to hand off to Redford, going to plow forward and get 2 on that one. Dave Horrell and J.L. Browning there to help drag down the ball carrier.
A little bit of a delayed handoff. Browning read that really well, not to get to fall back on kind of the receivers running downfield. Really good job by the young outside linebacker there.
Now the Legion with 4 wide receivers. Handoff up the middle, gut play by Redford, spinning his way to the first down marker after 4 spins. And the Toros had to gang tackle and get there and bring down Redford. Had the great second effort to get the Legion down to the 22-yard line, Andy.
I think that might have been the second time that Vancouver has ran out of the gun. It did not work the first time. I think they lost 4 that time. They pick up a first down, so big gains from Redford.
Quick drop from Pepper. Plenty of time to throw. Curl route caught. And I believe that's the tight end, James Walters, is going to get 7 yards on that one.
Little underneath route for Mr. Walters. He's in the chat. Love to see guys at their own games and enjoying the excitement. And that'll set them up 2nd and 3 in field goal range. Got to be careful not to make a mistake here, Hacker.
Now it is 2nd and 3, and the handoff to Redford. Room to run. 2 yards more than the first down to gain. And Vancouver having no problems getting first downs here early.
Yeah, that rushing game doing what it needs to do this season. Redford wasn't necessarily down last season, was one of the top backs in terms of yards per carry, but wasn't always consistent, Hack, and I think that's what Vancouver is trying to get in this ball game early.
Pass thrown right side, well defended, well covered by the secondary. I believe that was Adam Leach that jumped in front of that one. Dan Daly was the intended target.
Adam Leach, super tall there on the outside, 6'4", 210, dives right underneath that. Almost baited the quarterback into throwing that one, Steven. That was a really, really good play on the outside by the cornerback to make it 2nd and a long 10 yards to the goal line.
Yeah, Fort Worth has really, really high expectations for this second-year player, filling the shoes of Nacho Sicario, but all the faith in the world in Adam Leach to step in and do that job, as that second down throw falls incomplete for Vancouver. Kendra Hall in the back of the end zone, but the pass was tipped away.
Yeah, David Harrell there, I think, got his hand to it. And nice job by the inside linebacker there to make the play. Now 3rd and goal from the 10, and it's a tough spot, Hack, because they have to kind of throw from 10 yards out. You really can't run.
Yeah, and it's an underneath route, going to dump it to Dan Daly, who's going to have to fight for the yards. Marquise Reed steps up, gets a little bit of help from Delaney Nash, and the Legion falls short. Get tackled at the 6-yard line, going to have to settle for a field goal here. Potential first points of the ball game, Andy.
Yeah, they had to go empty there to try and, score anything really other than settling for this field goal, so the completion works, but potential field goal on the way. We talked about it, not a star kicker, Steven, so nothing guaranteed here.
A little bit of pressure, but from 23 yards out, kick is up and good, so Vancouver does take a 3-point lead. Following that, we'll call it about a net 25, wouldn't you say? Drive started about the 33-yard line, so yeah, ended at about the 6, so about a 25-yard drive there. Still about 3.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's a field position battle. I mean, we've played, 8 minutes in the first quarter, and Fort Worth hasn't had the ball until now outside their 25.
Yeah, very, very tough. I mean, Vancouver has been in control so far in this ball game, has strung together a couple of first downs. They did have to punt, but that punt, as we know, led Fort Worth to their own goal line, and the eventual preceding punt led to the first points of the ball game. Now Fort Worth, under the gun, has to come out and try to get some points, or at least some better field position to try to get the game back to neutral. Cam Curtis comes out with Williams as the lone back. Toss play to the right. Williams cuts up the middle, loses 2 yards on that one.
Yeah, Mike Coverson in there along with Drew Hamilton, who kind of slowed him down. But interesting to see the 2 tight end set. I'm excited to see the fullback Aaron Alexander, highly touted in the draft, fell to Fort Worth, was a little bit of a surprise. He's not out there here on 2nd and 12, but hopefully we see him today.
Curtis going to take a quick drop, fires out left side. Hackers there. We're going to say he caught the pass, or was that incomplete?
I think
looks
that was
incomplete. Yep. Going to wait for a challenge flag. Doesn't appear to be a challenge flag. Could not get that 1 foot in bounds. Unfortunate there. Just the timing is a little off, but that's one of the great things about preseason. You get a chance to get out there and get these practice routes in.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough call there too. I thought he was in.
Now on a 3rd and 12 from the 31-yard line. The Toros in the shotgun. Vancouver's bringing the heat, and they're going to get there. Sacks Curtis down at the 24-yard line. And there he is, Gerald Giudice, going to make a big play in the backfield for the Legion.
Nice flex there on Cam Curtis. Forces another punt. That's the second one this Vancouver defense has buckled down for, albeit the first one was pinned at the 1-yard line. That drive a little bit better for the Vancouver defense, and we've really kind of yet to see Fort Worth put together a good opening drive, still trying to knock some of the rust off from last year.
Definitely trying to figure some things out here early. Kendra Hall, the returner, gets a couple of yards, going to get brought down at the Vancouver 46-yard line. That last drive for the Toros only took about a minute off of the clock, so still plenty of time here in the first quarter. Vancouver just got the 3 points. Redford, 6 carries, 29 yards. Has looked explosive, really, really explosive at times. We'll see if they go to him here. Nope, they're going to throw it over to the fullback out of the backfield, who's going to get 1 yard on the reception.
Nice catch for Brick Wall, and there's another preseason point there for you, Stephen. You can get all of the role players involved early and often here in the preseason. Can't always do it come the SFL regular season. Stakes are too high, but right now you can get them involved.
Yeah, maybe trying to fight for that new contract, these guys. Pepper fires out left side. Nice turnaround catch. Going to be made by Chris Curtis on that one. And his first reception here in the preseason for the Legion.
Yeah, nice grab by Chris Curtis there. First one in the blue and gold. You love to see it out of the man coming over from Queen City.
And must have dragged the mouse the wrong way. A little bit of number, the number was off by 1 there. Apologize for that, Chris. The logo deserves a lot more respect than that. Kendra Hall on first down is going to get a 2-yard gain out to the left side.
Yeah, Kendra Hall, one of the better receivers, and I would say, the best number 2 receiver the league has to offer. Certainly could be a 1 on a lot of teams, plays as the number 2 here, and that's part of the reason that Vancouver can be so explosive.
Yeah, definitely got a lot of the tools to be a number 1 in the league. But here on this high-powered offense, wow, down the field. Here on this high-powered offense, just they're able to make explosive plays like that. And Dan Daly gets Vancouver down to the Fort Worth 18-yard line. And Vancouver is just explosive right now on offense, Andy. It doesn't look like they've missed a beat. They're doing something, working 7-on-7 drills up in Canada or something, right? They just look dynamite right now. Pepper, deep drop, looks down the middle, throwing on the move, tried to squeeze it in there, really confident with that one. EK Vincent got a hand on it and knocked it away.
Well, the play earlier than that was really Fort Worth's to lose. They had a man in the backfield trying to make the sack. That didn't quite work. Then they had the opportunity at the pick. That didn't work either. Somehow these two teams are going back and forth. Almost a pick on that play again. Tom Pepper playing with fire early here in the preseason.
Split backfield. Pepper changing play, the play at the line of scrimmage. Quick out route, Kendra Hall catches it, spins upfield, nice move, gets dragged down at the 1-yard line. Great move by Kendra Hall to evade Adam Leach there on the sideline.
Yeah, and we didn't see a lot of that last season, but a big play there to move inside the red zone.
And that'll wrap up the first quarter. Vancouver goes into we flip the field as Vancouver has a 3-0 lead here in Fort Worth at the Stockyards. Down at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal for the Legion. Fort Worth really up against it now. We'll see what they do. Goal line stand. Vancouver, 2 wide receivers, the weak I formation. Going to be a toss to the right. Redford fights for the yards. Dave Harrell and Adam Leach there to make the stop.
Yeah, pulled a guard there, and Fort Worth was wise to it, bringing down Leach out of the secondary to make the play. That's the second play from the cornerback spot he's made on the run, and that is important for Fort Worth to do against a team like this with a dynamic back.
Pepper now with a quick drop. Swing pass to the left side. It's going to get sniffed out immediately. J.L. Browning and Dave Horrell there to bring down Redford for no gain.
Yeah, Harrell was Johnny on the spot and made a great play there on Redford, reading kind of the screen and getting out there before the ball was thrown, and now it sets up a very tight 3rd and goal from the 2.
Redford the lone back. Pepper with a quick drop, going to get hit as he throws, and the pass falls incomplete. Joey Schwent with the great pressure there to force the Legion into what appears to be another field goal.
Yeah, Schwent right up the middle, makes the play on Pepper, forces an errant throw, and Pepper can't even get it on target for any of his receivers, and that will force Vancouver to try and kick this one from the 2, and Fort Worth able to hold to a 1-score differential, which is important, Stephen, considering a little bit of the offensive struggles. Yeah,
Fort Worth really stagnant on offense right now. Defense really bailing them out, keeping Vancouver out of the end zone, forcing the special teams to get all the points, which could prove to be the Achilles heel right now for Vancouver. If Fort Worth can figure it out on offense and get into the end zone, that can be trouble for Vancouver. So we'll be interested to see how Fort Worth can respond here, as Vancouver seems to have Fort Worth's number right now.
Certainly, and that's the key with Vancouver. If you can slow down the offense, you have a chance.
That's right. Cade Stevens, the return man, brings this one out to the Toros 30-yard line. That's where Cam Curtis is going to get this drive opportunity.
Stevens, the second member of this team here in Fort Worth that used to play in Vancouver. So some old faces are seeing the gold and blue again. We always love when those storylines emerge.
Absolutely, and we all know Cade Stevens was inbounds as Cam Curtis takes a deep drop, fires down the... Oh, man, it's me! Look at me go! Hacker with a huge touchdown play for the Toros, and they're right back in it, Andy.
Right over the top, and that's what a good defense can do, keep you in the ball game. We're knotted up with an extra point on the way, and I didn't even get a good look at which defensive formation was out there, but it was Ashley Rose Finch one-on-one with Stephen Hacker, and Hacker got the better of her there.
Yeah, big play, and exactly what the Toros needed. The crowd's on their feet, everybody's excited, and now the game meter is back to neutral right now, maybe even tilting a little bit towards Fort Worth as they've got the home crowd on their side. Taco Sicario, extra point kick is up and good. 7-6 here at the Stockyards in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah, and that's what the fans wanted to see, was a little explosion from this offense. Like I said before, the offense for Fort Worth was not necessarily poor last season, but when you put it up against the league's best defense, it certainly is the point between these teams that Fort Worth would want to improve upon. So to see a play like that has got to be exciting for Toros fans.
And returner Kendra Hall brings this one down to the Vancouver 23. And a little bit of difference in starting field position due to the star kicker, right, Andy? I mean, Vancouver starting at about their own 20, 22, 23. Fort Worth getting started at about their own 30. So a little bit of difference in starting field position there. I think that's worth noting as Pepper on a rollout throws to the left side to the fullback, makes a nice move, gets the first down for the Legion, and Dave Horrell and J.O. Browning there to clean up the mess.
Well, if you got a star fullback, circle that play and come back to it for the regular season. I don't know if play actions are allowed, but if they are, that one was certainly fun from Pepper to find the fullback brick wall. That's his second catch of the day.
Yeah, doing well. Like I said, some of these players looking to get a little bit extra contract, get some figures added onto their player. As Pepper, a little bit of an ill-advised throw, scrambled to the left, looks all the way back to the right side of the field and throws all the way across. And Kendra Hall unable to complete that reception.
Well, and I tell you what, Steven, I think Tom Pepper looks like he's more confident this season, which is dangerous considering the season he had last year. But he just doesn't look phased in the pocket. And that throw back to the weak side, I think, just is the epitome of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tom has always been one of those guys that really, really trusts his arm. You know, whenever he's feeling it, he's one of the best in the business. As on 2nd and 10, fires over the middle. Collins able to complete that one and get 7 yards.
Yeah, still haven't seen Brett Killian back in this offense, but the team hasn't missed a step. Kyle Collins steps in and makes the play. It's now 3rd and 3, an important 3 yards here for Vancouver, finding themselves down by 1 despite scoring on 2 out of their 3 drives.
3rd and 3. Pepper going to take a deep shot down the right side. Pass is caught by Kendra Hall as Delaney Nash was closing in coverage, but Pepper squeezed it in there. Now the Legion are at the Fort Worth 33-yard line.
Yeah, interesting play there as Nash shifts the strong safety to the outside. Anytime you have a strong safety on a receiver, the receiver gets the nod in terms of a one-on-one. Kendra Hall makes the grab there one-on-one, and 2 set of downs.
Counter play, Redford going to get 1 yard, but going to get met after that. Delaney Nash comes down from the safety spot to make the tackle.
Yeah, all Nash all the time today so far. This defense is impressive against the run so far. Cornerbacks, safeties coming down. The linebackers have made some plays in the backfield. That's what you want to see against a back like this.
Twins to the left for Pepper. Going to delay the handoff. Going to get met in the backfield. Big tackle. And that's going to be Paul Wall, the defensive tackle, making the play.
Paul Wall must be related to Chance Wall, who's playing somewhere on that defensive tackle spot, huh?
You know, maybe so. Big bodies running the family.
There you go.
Pressure coming. Pepper able to get rid of it off to the left side.
Wow.
And Daly able to fight for the first down. Aiden Davis had to get there to help bring him down.
Yeah, rarely, Hack, in the SFL do you see a tight end catch the ball 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, needing 9 to 10 more to get the first down and being able to do it. So beautiful play call there from not me, whoever's coordinating this game for Vancouver, and they pick up the first down.
Split back shotgun. Pepper quick fire. Down the middle. Pass off the hands of Chris Curtis. Pepper looking for a penalty flag. Thought that the contact got there a little early. Unfortunate, but big opportunity. Just didn't come up with the catch. Vancouver going to have to huddle back up.
Yeah, it looked like a clean play to me, Hack. I think it was just a drop from Chris Curtis for what could have been potentially his first Vancouver touchdown in the blue and gold, but couldn't hold on to it. Brings up 2nd down.
Quick drop, Pepper, swing pass to Redford, spins upfield, going to get 5 on that one. Eric Vincent, E.K. Vincent out in coverage on that one.
3rd and 5 from the 16. Now closing in on 6 minutes to go before the halftime break. This has been a tight battle so far, Hacker, between these two teams and between these two units, the offense for Vancouver and this defense for Fort Worth.
Fort Worth in a bend but don't break situation here inside the SFL red zone. Pepper fires back at the end zone. Great coverage by Delaney Nash to undercut that ball as Kendra Hall was open in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, underthrown ball by Pepper, and luckily for Vancouver, Nash didn't come underneath it and make the pick. On routes like that, you'd prefer the ball at the back of the end zone, but Nash makes a good play, and that forces it into another field goal attempt for Vancouver. They can't find the end zone even if you put a big red X on the map for it.
Yeah, right now Vancouver pending this field goal attempt, which will allow it to go up and in. So now Vancouver has scored on 3 of their 4 drives, but have only got the 3 field goals, Andy. So that's really the big difference maker here. And aside from that first field goal, they've had 2 field goals within the 5-yard line, Andy. So it's really tough to come up shorthanded on that, and we'll see if they can make some second half adjustments. Or maybe even some adjustments now to figure out how to get into the end zone right now, because that's been their biggest factor so far in this game. Cade Stevens, go ahead, Andy. Sorry.
I was just going to say, especially when you think about what could be, right? It's 9 points now. If you turn all of those field goals into touchdowns, it could be 21-7.
Yeah.
So, the difference is 14 points or 2, which we're at 2 right now. So, for Vancouver, they got to at least convert 1 of those 3 trips into scores. Otherwise, this Fort Worth team is poised to make them pay.
Cam Curtis under center, empty backfield, gets somebody to jump, pump fakes, and pressure comes. And Cam Curtis going to get dragged down for the sack, but the penalty flag is going to negate this play. R62 out at the field. Get our first look at him. Looks like he gained a little weight this offseason, Andy.
Yeah, I have nothing polite to say about race. I'll leave that one to you, man.
There you go. Don't want to jinx yourself.
Yeah, I want to be nice to him here in the preseason. Papatonis jumps off sides there, ended up making the sack. That's one of the only times I've seen a player jump off sides and make the play. So, hey, hats off to him, I guess.
Cam Curtis now, 1st and 5. Oh, handoff. Williams gets met in the backfield. Gerald Giudice gets there for the tackle for loss. And if you're watching now, stay tuned for the 2-minute warning in this game. We've got something really special lined up for that, just a couple minutes away from that. After the loss, go ahead, Andy.
I was going to say, I tell you what, Steven, these defensive linemen are in mid-season form. Some of these big guys don't waste any time.
Not at all, as they were bringing the pressure there, but Cam Curtis looks left side, finds Hacker down the sideline, gets dragged down at the Vancouver 38, but not before he gets the first down.
Yeah, nice corner route there, able to get the throw outside on that back shoulder, which is what you want if you are Fort Worth and Cam Curtis, the tall quarterback, veteran player, able to fit it right in there to your veteran receiver.
Looking over in the chat, and I see Epic eSports dropping the knowledge in there, as on first down, pass is going to get tipped away. Josh Farnsey got a hand on it, almost led to a Legion interception, but the Toros breathe a sigh of relief as it just falls to the turf.
Yeah, that certainly would have been a turning point in the game, down by 2 to give the ball away. We haven't seen any turnovers in this game, a couple close calls though, so luckily for Fort Worth they maintained possession.
Curtis under center, going to be a delay handoff. Williams has room to run, delivers who was that delivered a big hit there at the end of the play? Was that Drew Hamilton? Lays the wood on Thrilliams, but Thrilliams with a big carry sets up a 3rd and short for the Toros.
It might have been Kyler Murray, 21, not 31, but a big hit nonetheless, and not until after, though, a big run from Jason Williams to kind of break it open. Now 3rd and 2. Let's see if Fort Worth goes air or ground here.
Twins to the left. Counter play. Thrilliams, nice patience in the backfield, able to judge the gap and get just enough for the first down. Moves the ball down to the Vancouver 25-yard line.
Yeah, Jason Williams, beautiful player. Nice combination of speed and power. Really what you want out of a halfback, the ability to do both at a high level.
Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Going to be a handoff. Williams to the left side. A little bit of showmanship as he gets the carry, gets 6 yards, met by Farnsey, makes a nice open field tackle.
Yeah, I don't know what the coaching staff in Fort Worth has been teaching Jason Williams, but that ball being out there in his hands could have been a little bit dangerous, depending on what the defense did. So I hope that he learns to tuck that thing away for the regular season.
Yeah, especially with a guy like Farnsey closing in on you. It's not something you want to be just hanging out there for everybody to have. Williams gets another tote here now with 9 carries and sets up a 3rd and 3 for the Toros.
Stanley Hudson along with Kevin Brackett combined 3rd and 3 here at the 17, well within field goal range. But if you're Fort Worth, you need to pick this up, and a touchdown here would really help. Rookie
Aaron Alexander on the field gets a nice block off the right side, and Williams able to get 2 yards out of that play. But a nice job by the Legion to cover all the gaps and stop the Toros short at the 16-yard line. Now we have the 2-minute warning. We're going to pause for a quick delay. Just don't mind me doing what I'm doing here, guys. I'm just having a little bit of fun, and we're going to get back to the game now. We're going to go inside the drive here, the final 2 minutes of this first and second half. The Toros stalled out in this drive, but it's going to bring out kicker Taco Sicario, and it's going to set up about a 32-yard field goal. I'm sorry, a 34-yard field goal. Let us know how you feel about this angle, what you think about it. If you like it, if you hate it, please share your comments. Snap is a little left, but the hold is good. Kick is up and through from 32 yards, and the Toros take a 1-point lead now.
Yeah, didn't flinch on the kick. That's what Taco Sicario will do for you. Right down Main Street, and a 1-point lead goes back to the Fort Worth Toros.
Ball is on the tee for Sicario. 2 minutes for the Legion. They have all 3 timeouts. In this high-powered offense, they have to feel good about their chances to at least get into field goal range before the half. Kendra Hall, from about 2 yards deep in her own end zone, returns this one to the Vancouver 19-yard line.
Yeah, it might have been one where you just take a knee there. Kendra Hall, not used to returning kicks, won't do so in the regular season, but hey, they're giving her a run here in the preseason, and you like to see that, Hack. Sometimes things in the preseason are taken a little too seriously, so nice to see them do so here early and just, get someone else new on the field.
Yeah, it gives them an opportunity to have a little bit of fun, change things up, mix things up. On first down, handoff, Redford changes the field, and nice run by Redford, made something out of nothing to get 3 yards out of that. Vincent stops him for the 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and you saw with that angle there, the room to the left-hand side of the formation. And I don't know how Redford down on the field saw that angle and saw all the room, but he was able to maneuver his way over there and pick up 3 despite looking like he was going to lose 4.
Pepper, quick drop, slant, thrown, caught. Aiden Davis in coverage, but not before Chris Curtis can get the first down, and he's a little slow to get up, but he finally does get up.
Yeah, Curtis seeing a little bit more field time than he was probably prepared for with the Brett Killian injury, is able to work that slant there and moves the chains.
Fort Worth's got 1 safety high, delayed handoff to Redford. Going to get the carry up the middle, and 7 yards on that one. Vancouver now going to hurry back up. Same formation, 2 tight ends to the left side for Pepper. 3-step drop, looking, curl route thrown, well covered, as that was Eric Vincent in coverage, tipped it away from Chris Curtis.
Yeah, errant throw there by Pepper. I think the clock might have been affecting where they were trying to go with that ball. But it now sets up 3rd and 3 with 44 seconds. Still have all 3 timeouts. I would have probably burned one of them there.
And so now 3 wide receivers for Pepper. It's a quick drop. Receivers coming underneath. Fits it in a tight window over the top to Dan Daly. Got the first down past midfield to the Fort Worth 42-yard line. And Vancouver now calls their first timeout.
Yeah, and the crossing routes with this angle, you can really see them develop and see what Pepper and the quarterback sees, and he finds Dan Daly across that right-hand side of the field, working on the safety, and that is a little bit of a mismatch with Daly's height, and it sets up first down.
Pepper now in the split shotgun. Going to look to the right, dumps it off to the running back Redford, going to try to spin upfield, but gets met in the backfield. Loses a yard, clock continues to run, no timeout from the Legion. Chris Curtis in the slot to the left. Pepper, quick drop, throws underneath, passes caught by Kendra Hall. She fumbles the ball. It's going to be picked up by Jeff Duffy, and the Toros have the ball and stop the Legion before the half.
Yeah, and I think that was definitely a fumble hack. Sometimes on those, you can make the conversation, well, is it a football move? I think that certainly was, and the turnover for Fort Worth comes at a great time. Vancouver wasn't in field goal range, but they were certainly closing in on it. Now they take over 1st and 10 with a chance to get themselves into field goal range with 3 timeouts.
Curtis going to go under center. 2 tight ends on the field for the Toros. Stretch play left side. Jason Williams, again, a little showmanship with the ball, gets 6 yards. Josh Farnsey there, along with Kevin Brackett to make the play. The Toros are now in a hurry-up offense. 5 seconds remaining. A stretch play again. Williams changes field direction and able to get a couple more, call it 3rd and 1 at midfield. And the Toros call a timeout with 3 seconds remaining before the second half.
Yeah, interesting play calling there inside the drive as we looked at to kind of see where they were going with the ball. Wasn't necessarily as downfield, and maybe that's what Terry is telling Cameron Curtis there, but they'll head out and I think throw a Hail Mary. This will be an interesting angle, Stephen. I'm excited to see how it goes down.
And we do see the Hail Mary formation. Going to get a really good look at Cameron Curtis's arm here. 50 yards to the end zone. Steps up, time to throw. Great throw. Here's a receiver, but it's going to be tipped away. Too many white jerseys in the area for any Toros to make a play on it. And that's going to take us to halftime. Andy, will you recap this first half for us really quick?
Yeah, the first half was really a battle that started with field position. Vancouver was able to take their opening drive down to Fort Worth's side of the field and then had to give the ball back to Fort Worth, ended up pinning them on the 1. They got the ball back after a defensive stand. 2 field goals for Vancouver before Fort Worth struck, a touchdown over the top to Stephen Hacker, and then from there, another field goal for Fort Worth. The momentum has swung towards the Toros. They are up 10-9, but when you look at the breakdown, Vancouver, more offensive yards, more time of possession, but that 1 turnover there almost gave Fort Worth longer and more points on the board, but they could not get into field goal range or find the end zone on the Hail Mary, and it's really been a conversation between these 2 quarterbacks, Cameron Curtis and Tom Pepper, both having great days so far. 94 yards and a score for Curtis, over 150 for Tom Pepper so far today. Kickers are perfect, and these 2 teams really are going to battle, and you know, that's what you want to see in the preseason, Stephen.
Absolutely. Both of these teams were chomping at the bit to get back out on the field, and the preseason action is definitely one of the ways that you can make that happen. So I know that we're all excited. Everybody's happy that the first half went as well as it did, looking for things to improve upon, and I think we got enough film to go off of that. Second half, the camera angle is just going to have to reset here. Cade Stevens going to bring this one out. Gets up to the 32-yard line, but takes a big hit as we get going here in the second half. Again, Vancouver received the ball in the first half, so the Toros bring it out here in the second. From the 32-yard line again. Go ahead, Andy.
Oh, I was just going to say, offensive possession again for Fort Worth. Interested to see what they switch up in this second half.
And I guess APF likes this angle, so we're going to stay in it for one more play as the ball is tipped up into the hands of Kevin Brackett, and Vancouver's going to take this one away from the Toros on the first play of the second half.
Wow, and you guys are going to want to find a replay of that. Never before will you find Gerald Giudice, the defensive tackle, back in coverage, who makes a tip on this football, and it finds the hands of Kevin Brackett. Huge play for Vancouver to start this second half.
We'll see if we get things adjusted back to normal here. Yes, appears we got it now. Yeah, huge turn of events for oh, nope, back in that same camera angle. So huge turn of events for Vancouver to get the ball in great field position here and a chance to take the lead. Pepper with nobody in the backfield. Quick fire down the middle. Pass is caught by Dan Daly, the favorite target here in this ball game. Gets the first down to the Toros' 27-yard line.
Quick slant there by the tight end. Sets them up just on the edge of field goal range, if not already inside. And quick turnover, quick strike for field goal range. And Vancouver now just has to take care of the football.
Shotgun split backfield for the Legion. Loose coverage on the outside for the Toros. Pepper steps up in the pocket. Nice jumping play made by Delaney Nash, getting in front of the ball in coverage all game long. Chris Curtis was the intended target on that one.
Yeah, nice step up by Pepper, but maybe could have taken an extra second to get rid of the throw. The pocket was nice. There was opening in the middle, but the throw was right to where Delaney Nash was almost baiting the throw to be. He made the play, and it brings up second down and an empty set for Vancouver here.
And looks like a dime formation for the Toros. Pepper changing things up a little bit. Quick drop underneath is caught, and Vancouver has a first down. Nice recognition by Pepper to change things up and get the ball out of his hands and let his receiver make a play.
Tyvon Boyd down to the 15, another role player stepping in. Brett Killian yet to return from those cramps. We'll see. Usually halftime can sometimes help, the orange slices and apples, but not this time.
Redford gets a nice stretch play, but fumbles on the play, and Duffy's there to make a huge saving play for the Toros as the Legion were creeping into scoring position inside the red zone, and Redford coughs it up, and the Toros have the ball.
Oh, yeah, and Redford's going to want that carry back. Fortunately for Fort Worth, it bounces into the hands of the defensive lineman. They take over at the 16, no harm, no foul on the interception.
Now Cam Curtis going to come out in the split shotgun. Analyzes the defense, takes the snap, looking downfield, has Hacker, and a big hit by Mark Lopez to knock that one loose. As Hacker was trying to reel that one in, but the safety comes over and puts a wallop on him.
Yeah, Hacker working on Ashley Rose Finch, one of the other cornerbacks in the league that can play coverage, and good receiver. Hacker has got the better of her a couple times today, including one big touchdown, but that time it's Rose Finch with the coverage.
It's so nice being rusty. I know Mark Lopez is 27. Anyways, Cam Curtis fires out to the left side. Pass was trying to get... How did he squeeze that in there? Hacker on the corner route somehow comes up with it, and he's going to score. From 80-plus yards out, Hacker's going to take that one in, and a nice tight throw by Cam Curtis extends the lead for the Toros.
Yeah, and that was Mark Lopez, that the ball was telegraphed over his head. Beautiful throw from Cam Curtis on the corner route, and then the strong safety coming over late to the backside. Can't make the tackle, and Fort Worth strikes again. Big plays for Fort Worth have been kind of the MO. They had the one field goal, which was a meticulous drive, but other than that, 2 strikes from Curtis to Hacker are the difference.
Yeah, and Vancouver's got to find a way to kind of slow that down. You know, they've looked really good offensively, but giving up these big chunk plays, you know, these big game-breaking plays has really put them, you know, behind the number here. And you know, Vancouver's got to find a way to slow that down, or it could be a long game for them.
Yes, certainly. And for Fort Worth, you know, you got to keep going to the well until it hurts you. The interception they threw was on kind of a slant, so for them, they really have seen no danger throwing deep down the field just yet.
Not yet. Kendra Hall makes a nice move on the return, tries to change the direction of the field, but it ends up only going out to the 24-yard line. Nice second effort made by Kendra Hall on that one.
Yeah, she wanted all the return yards there. Tried to reverse field Devin Hester style. Didn't quite work out, but the 24 is still good field positioning so far for Vancouver.
Yeah, I believe that's the best starting field position off a kick return this game for the Legion. Pepper fires left side. Redford makes a nice grab and loses the tackle, but the momentum carries him out of bounds. Nice angle on that. You don't get to see that kind of shot of the sideline very often.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting angle. There are things that you see in this one that you don't often see from the side of the field. For example, where the openings are down the field for the throws, where the running lanes are, and that very, very interesting.
Pepper's going to go under center. Daly is split out kind of in the slot there for the Legion. Going to be a counter play. Redford has to readjust and tries to go up the middle. Call it no gain on that one. Joey Schwint in on the tackle.
Yeah, counter back to the weak side, not necessarily something you're used to seeing in the SFL. That's what the preseason is for, testing new stuff out, and Schwint gets the better of Redford on that one.
Now Vancouver in the shotgun. Pepper with time to throw, pressure coming on the backside. Duffy causes the fumble, and the offensive lineman's able to pick it up. I believe that's Newtones able to pick it up, and Duffy able to drag down Newtones.
Yeah, Mike Newtone scooped it up, and a big play from Duffy again. That's the second one in 2 consecutive drives that Duffy has made the difference. First, the fumble recovery on the last drive, and then that big sack there to force another fumble, and Vancouver will have to punt this one away, down by 8.
Nice skied punt. Cade Stevens is going to try to return it, met immediately, and going to get dropped at the Toros 44-yard line. So with just under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter, that's where the Toros are going to take over. And Vancouver has to find some way to slow down the big play. Whenever they hold the Toros to the short dink and dunks or try to get them to run, they're able to get them off the field, but they have to find out a way to slow down Hacker, because that's the thing that's killing them right now. Curtis in the shotgun, surveys the field, looks back left side, Hacker's open, first down to the Vancouver 43. Now 4 receptions, 191 yards, Andy.
Yeah, deep out there on the left side with the 3 deep look there out of the defense. Very difficult for a safety to come up and make that play. That's the type of play that you'd like to run a different coverage on. So a first down there for Fort Worth as they move on to the Legion side of the field.
A couple of chat shout-outs. Michael Percoco, Josh Farnsworth, John Alva, Gunny's in here. How y'all doing tonight? Thanks for being here. First down, Jason Williams gets a carry to the right side and picks up 6. Now 2nd and 4 from the Vancouver 37-yard line. I formation for the Toros. Rookie fullback Aaron Alexander leads the way, gets the lead block. Williams is going to fight and gets 3 yards, dragged down by Ashley Rose Finch.
Rose Finch, the cornerback, comes down, sets up 3rd and a yard in field goal range for Fort Worth, but just barely. Any tackle in the backfield will make it a long attempt from Taco, but Fort Worth is used to those long attempts, so we'll see where they go here on 3rd and a yard. Left or right, both are open.
And Vancouver splitting the linebackers wide open, playing the outsides. Fort Worth goes to the outside. Williams makes a move and dragged down at the Vancouver 18-yard line. Drew Hamilton, the one to finally bring down Jason Williams.
Yeah, big first down yardage there. Williams a strong carry left, and the offensive lineman pulling got out in front of him, which helped significantly.
Now the Toros in the shotgun. Curtis feeling the pressure, moves to the right, throws right side. Cade Stevens off the hands and then off the face mask, falls incomplete. No, that was the backup. That is the 3rd wide receiver on the roster, Zeke Prescott.
Yeah, Prescott, tough call, tough play to make there on the sideline. Your momentum's carrying you out of bounds. The ball might be a little bit behind him there and just can't haul it in.
Yes, I'm under the impression you got to make those plays for your quarterback. He put it in a playable area. You got to haul that one in. But 2nd and 10, going to be a handoff, pull-in guard, left side. Williams room to run, gets into the end zone from 18 yards out. Jason Williams extends the lead for the Toros.
Yeah, and that offensive line coming out right in front of Jason Williams, and the defense did not look prepared for a run left side. If you saw there on the new camera angle, it was very difficult when you look and you see 3 blockers in front of Jason Williams and only 2 defenders. That math usually works out for the offense, and Fort Worth able to find pay dirt again.
Taco Sicario on for the extra point. Kick is up and good now, 24-9. The Toros here at home in the Stockyards able to extend the lead here. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Preseason action for the Simulation Football League. I'm Stephen Hacker. I'm here with Andy Hamilton hosting tonight's ball game. I want to thank everybody for joining us and being here to watch the game. Hope you're having a good time. Sicario boots this one away. Kendra Hall going to return it from about the 2-yard line. Cuts it out to the left side, dragged down at the Vancouver 22. What would you like to see from the offense here, Andy?
Yeah, I think they need to get a little bit back to Robert Redford, right? Steven, he was really good in the first half. Haven't seen as much of him here in the second half. Did have that fumble, which could be affecting whether they give him the ball a little bit here. But, you know, after a couple big plays from Fort Worth, you'd like to see Vancouver slow it down a little bit again.
I tend to agree with you. And they do go to the well here. Robert Redford gets the carry on first down and gets 3 yards on that one.
Yeah, Fort Worth has clamped down quite a bit after a few big runs. E.K. Vinson there coming up at the linebacker spot to make that play. One of the veterans in the league, played in Seattle, played in Dallas, now plays here in Fort Worth, and makes it 2nd and 7.
Pepper empty shotgun. Daly to the left side, the tight end. Fort Worth in a dime defense. Pepper going to get rid of this one quickly. Dan Daly with the reception on the out route, and he's going to get 5 yards on that one. Dave Horrell and Aiden Davis there to make the tackle.
Yeah, again, a very tough ask of the tight end to pick up 9 yards after making the catch, but Daly does an admirable job of lowering the shoulder and still trying to get what he can. Brings up manageable 3rd and 2.
Yeah, very, very manageable here from the 30-yard line. Pepper under center, a quick drop, slant route. Oh, it's an underneath route, and it's going to be caught by Chris Curtis out to the Vancouver 38-yard line. Moves the chains for the Legion.
Yeah, out to the 38, the newly minted Vancouver Legion man, Chris Curtis, comes over from Queen City. Played the 1 in Queen City, Stephen, and will play the 3 here in Vancouver. Takes a little bit of a pay cut, a little bit of a haircut to play in Canada with Tom Pepper in this offense, and has been meshing nicely here in the preseason.
Stretch play left side. Jeff Duffy makes the play in the backfield. And I wanted to add to that, I believe Chris Curtis is 13th all-time in SFL receiving yards. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Brett Killian's also in the top 20. So
I believe so.
Yeah, very, very dangerous wide receiver duo. And then on top of that, young superstar in the making, Kendra Hall. You add that in, and it's a dangerous trio they have in Vancouver. And just Tom Pepper has all the weapons to play with. You know, you add in Dan Daly and James Walters, and then Robert Redford's also a very tangible receiver as well. So, you know, Pepper can really pick the poison pretty much any given day, and it's a really scary thing that Vancouver's built on offense.
And certainly not as after this play.
As Pepper drops back 3rd and 16, deep shot, corner route, Kendra Hall open, beats Adam Leach one-on-one. Now it's just off to the races, and Leach with a touchdown-saving tackle, a huge play to stop that one. But now Kendra Hall, 5 receptions, up over the century mark, 113 yards.
Yeah, well, luckily for the play there, Hack, because that was a huge one from Kendra Hall. She says, hey, don't forget about me. I'm part of this offense as well.
Now inside the SFL red zone, down at the 5-yard line. Stretch play left side. Joey Schwint gets there to make the play in the backfield. Called a loss of 3.
Yeah, what I was going to say there, Hacker, was I think a lot of teams in free agency, end up bringing in new players, right? The Vancouver formula this offseason hasn't been flashy, right? They brought in 1 free agent. They returned 19 other users. They're really looking to build from within. Last season was 1 game away from the championship, fell short against Denver, trying to get back there.
Yeah, and that's huge whenever you come that close. And then it's huge whenever everybody understands, hey, we were only 1 game away, and everybody wants to stay, and you get that much retention. It only helps. It only helps. You get to where you are, because it's like you never missed a beat. It's just like you're going season 16 to season 17, and it's seamless. It's a very scary thought of what you guys have. Definitely a playoff and a title contender. Here as Pepper throws back to the end zone. Kendra Hall does make the reception, and it's a touchdown for the Legion.
Yeah, and Kendra Hall, another touchdown. It seemed at times last year, Stephen, like she was just a touchdown machine. I mean, whether it was a big play or a play like that where, they're 5-6 yards out and she's able to break open. One of the best, young receivers in the league. Certainly doesn't have the mileage on her player that Brett Killian or Chris Curtis have. But you could argue certainly more dynamic and exciting at times than the two of them. So it's really some contrast between young and old players here in this receiving core and on this team. It's exciting for Vancouver fans, but you have similar looks across Fort Worth's roster as well. Young quarterback, veteran running back in Jason Williams, veteran players in Stephen Hacker and Robert Garrett Jr., along with some new faces in Lauren Percoco and Aaron Alexander. So these two teams, while different, have similar makeups in a way.
Absolutely. Vancouver's extra point was good, so closing the gap 24-16, and Fort Worth is going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, and that was a drive Vancouver needed to get points on the board and still be in the conversation for this game. Fort Worth now can, with a score, really keep their foot on the gas here. Anything that falls short, you argue that momentum would kind of swing back.
That's right. So now on first down, one-handed grab made by Williams out of the backfield and able to turn that into a 3-yard gain. Nice group effort made by the Legion to bring them down.
Yeah, very tough grab there for a running back. You don't always expect halfbacks to make catches like that, and we've seen a big catch from Williams there, and we saw one earlier from Redford. So the two halfbacks looking like they might be close to mid-season form there, Stephen.
Yeah, and you like to see it knocked off some of the rust from the first quarter, and Fort Worth has really kind of turned it on here as Kevin Brackett able to knock that one away from Robert Garrett Jr. Hadn't called his name much, and Farnsey had a chance to come away with the pick.
Yeah, late float over to the backside by Garrett Jr. Tried to sneak out there, and Brackett was just tall enough to make the play on it.
So now third and long, 3rd and 7. Minute 30 remaining here in the third quarter. Curtis comes out under center. 3 wide receivers to the right side. Williams stays into block. Deep post down the middle. Cade Stevens, the targeted receiver, but well covered by the Legion defense.
Yeah, and that can go to show the interesting build that you guys have there in Fort Worth. Two receivers, 2 tight ends, the fullback, the running back, and the guard. When you get in those situations, especially with a playbook that's not designed for the offense, sometimes you see 4 or 5 receivers out there, which leaves the second tight end off of the field. And then in reality, there's a lot of role players running routes and stuff like that, which makes it tough.
Yep. You're not putting yourself in the best position to win, and it's a little bit of preseason. You're testing some stuff out, and
exactly.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but I don't want to call it snap count, but that's just kind of the way the preseason goes. You take it for what it's worth.
Absolutely.
So fair catch on the punt return. It's going to be Vancouver, the Legion's ball at their own 31-yard line. Pepper comes out in the I formation, going to roll out to his left, sets his feet. And a little bit late on that timing, but Brett Killian is back in the game, incomplete on the left side.
What a diva, right? I mean, he sits out 2.5 quarters, and then, Kendra Hall makes a big touchdown in the back of the end zone, and Brett Killian says, well, I want to catch one too, and hops back out on the field.
All of a sudden he wants back in the game. I know. We have a couple of those in Fort Worth. I know what you mean. It's a shotgun split for the Legion. Twins over. Oh, no, it's a base set as a handoff. Redford goes for 2 yards. Tackle made by E.K. Vincent.
Yeah, Redford has certainly slowed down since the first couple runs in the game. This Fort Worth defense clamps down, and Vancouver has had more success through the air. Now on 3rd and 8, I would imagine they'll go to the air, but you never know in this preseason.
A little bit of a bunch situation to the right for Pepper, who's under center. A deep drop, fires the post route. Oh, nice play made by Kendra Hall to get in front of the safety, Marquise Reed, and a huge play for the Legion down at the Fort Worth 38-yard line.
Yeah, this angle was a little misleading there, Stephen. It looked almost like the ball was going right into the hands of Marquise Reed, and at the last second, Kendra Hall jumps in front and makes the grab at the 38.
Now you see Reed there, the lone safety at the top of the screen. Pepper with 2 tight ends. Redford, the lone back. Pepper feeling the pressure, gets rid of it, throws a little bit of Walker, but Dan Daly's there, and a huge corner route gives Vancouver a touchdown, and they're within 2 points now.
Wow, I tell you what, this angle is fun. I wish the replays were in this angle too. I thought there was no way that Pepper was going to get a good ball off. It wasn't a good ball, but it was able to float right over the head of the defender. Dan Daly, the tight end, is there to haul it in. Daly rumbles to the end zone. Now, Vancouver, are they going to kick or go for 2?
Looks like they're going to go for 2. I like the call from the Legion. I formation. Dan Daly to the right. Pepper's going to hand off. Delay. Redford fights but can't get in. Nice stand by the Toros to keep the Legion out and hold that lead to 2 points.
Yeah, David Harrell was right there, and if it weren't for Harrell, it would have been a 2-point conversion there, because Redford, not necessarily a power back, was trying to use his speed to shift and maneuver into the end zone, and Harrell, the veteran inside linebacker, the best linebacker on this defense in terms of contract worth, makes the play.
Now the Toros are going to get the ball back. Vancouver closing the gap. Oh, big hit made on the return, man. Stops him at the 28-yard line. Cade Stevens had to pay the price on that return.
Yeah, that's James Walters, the tight end, too, there playing on special teams, and he wallops Cade Stevens back at the 28.
So probably one play before the end of the third quarter. We'll see what the Toros would like to do. It's going to be a split back. Tight end Robert Garrett Jr. to the left side of the formation. Going to be a handoff to Jason Williams. Going to get met in the backfield. And that'll take us to the fourth quarter. Fort Worth holding on to a 24-22 lead. The Legion really getting hot here late in the third quarter. Really putting the pressure on the Toros leading into this fourth, Andy.
Yeah, that third quarter, the Legion really kind of flexed a little bit of what they have on this team, and we'll see if Fort Worth can answer, but always a risk when Fort Worth can score on one big play.
That's right. Stretch play right side. Jason Williams. Nice juke move. Able to spring and get the first down as Mark Lopez stops the rusher at the 28. Well, there is a penalty flag, so we'll get that call. Go down to R62 for the ruling. And it is going to be holding on the Toros. Very unfortunate, as Jason Williams made a huge play off of that, but the ball's going to get reset at the Fort Worth 18-yard line.
Yeah, that does back them up quite a bit. You know, not something you want to see here early in the season, but when you work in new offensive linemen like the rookie Van Man, sometimes you're going to see a little bit of dysfunction early in seasons as teams kind of melt together.
Empty shotgun. Cameron Curtis has to get rid of that one quickly, and does. Out to the wide receiver Zeke, and he's able to get to the Fort Worth 29-yard line, get some of those yards back. It's still a 3rd and long for the Toros.
Yeah, Dean Maddox on the tackle, but Fort Worth makes it more manageable here on 3rd down, definitely within range to strike for first down yardage here. Vancouver trying to be careful on defense and take advantage of that penalty.
In the shotgun, Cam Curtis with time to throw. Corner route to Hacker is there. Mosses Mark Lopez. Lopez able to bring him down from behind. Stops him at the Vancouver 18-yard line, but Hacker is just having a huge game here at home at the Stockyards.
Yeah, and when you as a quarterback can roll right and throw back shoulder to the left, there's nothing that can stop you. Cam Curtis, NFL comp, Patrick Mahomes on that play. Really dangerous when a quarterback can do that to you.
A little bit ill-advised, but, you know, you'll take the result. As, man, look at that second effort by Williams, as Ashley Rose Finch was trying to drag him down, and Williams just kept churning the legs, dives forward, and gets down to the Vancouver 9-yard line.
9 minutes to go, 9 yards between the Fort Worth Toros and Pay Dirt. We'll see if the Toros can get in or if Vancouver can come up with a Toros-like stand here in the red zone.
Heavy set. Toros committing to the run. Vancouver meets Williams in the backfield, able to fight forward, and does get the 1 yard needed, gets the first down for the Fort Worth Toros.
Achilles Papatonis used the motor from the left side of defensive end to get all the way over to the right side to make the tackle 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. Huge play from the defensive end. Yeah,
great play to come all the way across the field like that. Aaron Alexander, the rookie, gets a reception out of the backfield, gets 4 yards. Nice hands by the rookie there.
Yeah, and that's a play that 3-4 weeks into the season with progression, he might be able to scoot his way into the end zone. You love to see them getting him involved. Hasn't been on the field as much as I would have liked to see, but great catch there, and would have been great to get him in the end zone.
Curtis evaluating the line of scrimmage, changing something up. Jason Williams, the lone back, going to be a delayed handoff, spins up the middle, met by Kevin Brackett and dragged down at the 1 yard line. Josh Farnsey got a little bit of help on the play as well.
And the two linebackers combined, 3rd and goal from the 1. That just smells like Williams time. The question is whether they'll give it to him or not.
3rd and a hair.
Give me a fullback dive.
For the Toros. Going to be a weak guy. Going to be a stretch play left side, pulling guard, and Williams is going to get met in the backfield. Big play by Ashley Rose Finch to stop that one.
My expectations might be high for Alexander. He, I don't mean to call him out, didn't make the block there that they needed in order to get in the end zone. Would have loved to see him himself get in the end zone, but certainly an important player for Fort Worth. How he progresses throughout the season can be the indicator of how Jason Williams' season will go. If Aaron Alexander plays at a high level right out of the gate and progresses well as Fort Worth adds 3 more points, then Fort Worth's sky is really the limit for them. But Aaron Alexander, a huge grab along with Johnny Van Man on that offensive line. And you can see today with some of the runs that Williams has how important that can be.
Yeah, and, season 16, Jason Williams, a top 6 back in the league as far as, rushing yards are concerned, a top 5 back as far as touchdowns are concerned. And, the guy just, is a do-it-all workhorse kind of back. But, getting that little bit of extra help can only help increase what he can do on the field. And I know the Toros have to be really excited about their prospects coming up to help get Williams going a little bit more, making him even a little bit more explosive.
As they should. I mean, it was really a draft night conversation with him falling as he kind of did, not for any real reason other than the way the board fell. They hopped in and grabbed him, and I think it's a big hit.
Delay handoff as Redford gets the tote. Met in the backfield. Joey Schwint, nice read on the play to stop it before Redford got anything going.
Yeah, this defensive line for Fort Worth has been playing really well tonight, and you'd like to see them carry that into the other half of the season once we move into the regular part.
Now Pepper going to get rid of this one quickly, finds the fullback out of the backfield, who spins upfield, gets 4 on that one. Adam Leach is there to bring down the receiver.
Yeah, brick wall picks up 4. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 27-yard line.
Third down for Tom Pepper from the Vancouver 27-yard line. Quick drop, empty backfield. Pass was caught, but short of the first down as David Horrell lays an absolute hit on the receiver Collins. Short of the first down marker, going to get spotted at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, hit on that back shoulder, which actually turned the football in his arm back inside, which prevented that first down. If it would have been on the near shoulder, might have been able to lunge forward for the first down yardage. Great hit by Harrell on the role player to force this punt. And now Fort Worth takes over with 5 minutes, and we'll see how much Aaron Alexander and Jason Williams can take off the clock.
Yeah, and that's going to be really the key factor here, I think, for the Toros is you have to get into scoring position. You have to score, but you also have to eat up as much clock as you can here because Vancouver is one of those quick strike teams. They've kept themselves in this game, and you can't give them any opportunity to come back and win this thing. Cam Curtis emptying the shotgun, finds Robert Garrett Jr. underneath, sheds a couple of defenders before he gets 5 yards on the reception.
Yeah, able to pick up 5. Garrett Jr. Not necessarily been super loud today, has been a little bit more on the quiet side, but is there when they need him.
And again, if you're watching in the chat, let us know how you like this camera angle. Love it, hate it, don't care. Please share your thoughts and concerns with us. We'd love to hear what you have to say. On second down, Williams gets to carry left side and gets gobbled up by Josh Farnsey. Call it a gain of 1.
3rd and 3, huge play for both teams, whether it's Fort Worth trying to extend this drive or Vancouver trying to get off the field.
High formation for the Toros on this 3rd and 3. Clock continues to run, just under 4 minutes. Vancouver brings the pressure. Fort Worth able to pick it up and gets the first down to the 44-yard line.
Alexander out there helping clear the way, some spin moves, some jukes, and Williams able to move the chains and continue to rip time off this clock. Big gain for Fort Worth there to move the chains.
Ace set for the Toros. Brings out the 4-3 defense for the Legion. Curtis takes his time snapping it, hand off, and a hole up the middle for Williams as he's got a gain of about 12 on that one. Mark Lopez comes over to make the tackle.
Yeah, Lopez able to come over and clean it up. Williams was staring at open grass in front of him if he would have been able to get past Lopez there.
Just under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Cameron Curtis changing the play at the line of scrimmage. A little bit of movement from the linebackers of the Legions on the Legion side. Stretch play goes to the left as as Ashley Rose Finch delivers an absolute hammer on Jason Williams.
And not often you see a cornerback who can hit like that, Steven. I think that's the interesting part, right? She just came downhill on that one. That's a strong safety hit coming out of a cornerback.
Yeah, and that's what you love to see, that kind of aggressiveness here in these kinds of preseason games. You love to see that corner come over and make that big play, meeting the running back in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage. Sets up a 2nd and 8, approaching the 2-minute warning. Another stretch play left side. This time it's Mark Lopez with a big hit on Jason Williams.
Yeah, a little bit more expected there out of the safety, but that, really takes us to the 2-minute warning. This 3rd and 6 can be the difference between Vancouver having a chance or not.
And yeah, this could be a good break, a good game planning break. Gives each of these coaches a chance to really dig through their playbook and call that perfect play. So we'll see what those preferred plays are. Fort Worth with the single back, Robert Garrett Jr. to the left side of the formation. Draw play to Williams up the gut, just short of the first down. Stopped at the 33-yard line. Vancouver immediately takes a timeout with 1:57 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Wow, yeah, really big tackle there from Drew Hamilton coming downhill to make the play. Now Fort Worth, they are in field goal range, Steven, and as long as they hit it, it'll be an 8-point differential, which means Vancouver has a chance, which is exactly what their defense was fighting for.
Yeah, great stand by Vancouver. Fort Worth did exactly what they had to do, but Vancouver has all game long continued to put themselves in a position to win this game. Taco Sicario kick is up, and just enough leg from 49 yards gets that one to go through. Does give the Toros the 8-point lead. Vancouver only 2 timeouts remain with 1:53 on the clock.
Yeah, if you're Vancouver, you're certainly looking for a score in the 2-point conversion. Really kind of would be unable to score twice in this short amount of time, especially with only 2 timeouts.
And that star kicker gets Kendra Hall backed up almost into her own end zone. Able to bring it out to the 24-yard line. Nice burst of speed, doing what she can to give the Legion a fighting shot at this ball game.
Yeah, 1st and 10 here from the 24. Let's see, Tom Pepper has made some big plays today, has played most of the game without Brett Killian. I believe Killian returned to the lineup, getting over the cramps issue. We'll see what they can do